Okay, I'm creating this video 2 weeks ahead of time to let everybody know that on April 12th, I will not be on Facebook, I will not be in town, I will not be anywhere where anybody can get in contact with me, because we all know what April 12th is. It's one of the worst days of our lives. It's a day we lost somebody extremely special to all of us. It's also my son's birthday, though. And whatever God gave me this burden of having one of the best days of my life and the worst days of my life coincide to the same day, I'll never know. But I did want to make this video so you guys know ahead of time. Please don't ask me to do anything for that day. I understand everybody needs support on it, but I got my own way of grieving on this, and I'm going to get to how I've gotten past this last year with the loss of my brother. As you all know, Tim was more than just a brother to me. He was more than just a friend to me. Due to the age difference and due to, I don't know, just circumstances of life, the kid was like a surrogate son to me. So his death was extremely hard. His death is a little bit easier for the fact that every time I look at my son, I could definitely see Tim. And while Tim was a surrogate son to me, my son is Tim. He's kind, he's thoughtful, he's generous. I mean, my son, every time I look at him, I see my brother. There's not a day that goes by I don't miss that kid. And how we got past this first year, I'll never know, because I know it's just hard for all of us. One of the things that I'm looking at is once April 12th comes, it's already happened. There is no more there are days I go by and I think to myself, on this day Tim was still alive and I could have done something with him. I could have, we could have did something, you sit there and you concept, there was time to do something, and, now, once April 12th passes, that burden is lifted, because there is no more of that. There is no more, I could have fixed things. There is no more, I could have said I'm sorry. There is no more, I could have made that trip to Orlando with him. It's just done. And I'm not stepping on anybody's beliefs out there. I mean, there are people who believe that, we'll get to see Tim again one day. That, he's waiting for us up in the sky, and he'll greet us and welcome us and make us feel special just as he did on Earth. There are those who believe that Tim's already back, that the bird that's pecking on our window waking us up, the wind that blows the wind chimes to, whatever. I mean, there are many beliefs on how this thing works. Here is my personal belief, how I have gotten past this, through this past year, without my brother. Everybody knows that my brother loved time travel movies. Back to the Future, one of his favorite movies of all time. Okay? He'll sit there and he'll debate crap with you about time travel movies, time travel. Okay? So the way I'm looking at it is, there are no more days going forward for my brother, but there are 30 years going past. And if time travel's a real thing, just like the song of Top Gun, every moment returns again in time. And maybe one day there will be a time travel that we can go back and relive those moments with them. I mean, not just in our memories, but we can go back and relive the trip to Orlando, the getting pulled over on the way home from Orlando, the driving up and down 19 to find the obscure little theater that was playing Lost Boys at midnight. Those moments live on. He lives on in those moments. So, yeah, there are no more moments going forward, but there were so many moments going back that, that's how I'm getting through this. Because, there are so many stories, with Tim that, little obscure things like when I worked at Burger King, I used to have to close sometimes, and they would call me in, and I'd have to bring him with me to close Burger King, and we'd have him wipe down the tables. And our manager Sal told him, "Oh, if you wipe down the tables, I'll give you some money." Sal didn't give him the money, so he's sitting there banging on the office door, "Pay me, Sal! Give me my money, Sal!" I miss him. I know you miss him. Everybody misses him. He touched so many people. And that's another way that my brother lives on, because if you believe in yet another movie, The Butterfly Effect, okay, he's created all these ripples out there in the world. His hand, his touch, his things that he did have made so many lives better and improved so many lives. I mean, I know Joey Sicoli, he was indispensable to Joey, for Andrea, I mean, he was the love of her life. And, she is forever changed because of his love for the better, okay? I'm forever changed for the fact that, I had a brother, okay? I mean, a lot of people don't have a brother. I had a brother. His name was Tim. He was one of the greatest men in the world. And honestly, I mean, that's everybody says that, but I mean, truly, this kid was one of a kind. Well, two of a kind if you count my son in there. And I loved him. I loved him more than I have expressed. I'm not going to do this. Suck it back in, kid. Why he had to die at 30, we'll never know. Other than the fact that, if you want to believe that everybody has a time and date, and, everybody, when it's your time, it's your time. If it wasn't what happened there, it could have been something else. I don't know that I believe that. But perhaps his work was done. Perhaps he put everybody on the path they need to go on. And, it was just time. Somebody once asked me if it didn't happen to him the way it did, but because of that, it affected the way my life went. And when I almost died in May, which I almost did die in May, I totally own up to that. I let myself go to the point where I was almost dead. If that would have changed and you could have died, would you die in his place? Yeah, of course I would have. Which seems kind of selfish because I believe behind a wife and 2 kids, but, there's not a person out there who wouldn't make that decision. Everybody who sees this video would have made that decision. They would have gladly laid down their life for Tim, because in the reverse, Tim would have laid down his life for any of us, and that's what made him so special. One of the most cherished memories is that first Christmas that he brought the whole family together, and we sat and watched It's a Wonderful Life in the movie theater together. I mean, that was fucking inspired, okay? And I mean, that was him. That was his idea. That was him. Let's bring everybody together. Let's watch It's a Wonderful Life. Of course, we didn't really all sit together. We sat in separate areas, but that's another story altogether, because that's just the way these things work. The one thing that my brother credited me with, and one of the things that I think made him so generous, that rubbed off at him, one of the things that affected him, was the fact that I gave up my education to help support the family, which was really a no-brainer. So, Dawn, if you're watching this, I mean, I never viewed what I did as a selfless act. I never viewed it as a heroic act. I never viewed it as anything other than the right thing to do. And, a lot of people are like, oh, bitterness, about the past. It was my decision. It was the right decision. And, just like so many decisions he made for the family, it was the right decision. Uh, on April 12th, even though I will not be around, you know, I don't want people to cry. I don't want people to be upset because he wouldn't want that either. Okay, April 12th, it'll be 1 year he's gone. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. I've said it before. I'll put it in this one again. Yo, don't be sad because it's over. Be happy that it happened. Be happy that we had such a person in our life like him. A lot of people did not have my brother in their life, which sucks because, you know, it's a great guy. Should have been there. And, you know, I really wish that, you know, I had a year to go back and, you know, try to fix this, but we don't. All we can do is move forward, you know. I sit there and, like, every time I watch the friggin' Avengers preview, I'm like, Jesus Christ, he would have so marked out for this. This would have been, like, so freaking awesome to him. I watched that new Spider-Man preview. I'm like, oh my God, he so would have loved this. And, you know, that's the thing, though. If we want to believe that he's waiting up there for us, that he's not missing out on any of this. You know, the Giants win the Super Bowl. That sucked, folks. That frickin' sucked. Okay, couldn't have been next year. Could have been a couple years down the line. It had to be the year he was gone that his Giants won the Super Bowl. Super sucked. Super duper fucking sucked. But it is what it is. I don't have to worry about the Mets winning anything because the Knicks are fighting for a playoff spot. That's how we're gonna know, folks. Okay, Knicks are fighting for the number 8 playoff spot. The freaking Knicks win the championship. You know, the afterlife is real because he's fucking putting that ball into the hoop. Because there's no way the Knicks went from where they were last year to where they are this year. Yo, Lynn Sandy, my ass. It's my brother helping them along. Okay, I've droned on enough. I just want everybody out there to keep a happy thought on the 12th. You know, don't freaking think about the 12th. Think about the 11th. Think about the 10th, the 9th, the 8th, the 7th. You know, all that, okay? Think about Tim in New York at Shea Stadium. Finally getting to live that out for himself. Think about him going to the Little Mermaid. Think about him overpaying some guy on the streets for a freaking CD of music that he probably never listened to, you know. And, you know, think about that. Think about taking my daughter to Disney, getting the picture with Chicken Little, and getting his car broken into because I told them 1,000,000 times, do not leave shit on the seats, and nobody listened to me. I was right. I was going to film this down on the pier at sunset, and I was going to show you the beauty of, you know, a sunset and say, see, there's Tim painting. Yeah, you know, I don't know how that's going to turn out today, if it's just going to be a good sunset. Do a whole poetic thing, but, you know, then I was like, it's not really. I got the Mets hat, that's poetic enough. Okay, so I loved him. I love you all. On the 12th, please share this video with somebody. And instead of talking about, and I'm not telling you guys what to do, okay? I love you all. And I mean, y'all got to do what you got to do. Y'all got to grieve your own way, okay? But share the video. If you have somebody who can make a video, add your video to my video, okay? And that would be freaking awesome. Like, if you have the ability to, with your little smartphone, with anything you got, add a video, add a story, attach your video to my video, then and then maybe we could, like, spread this thing viral, okay? You know, maybe talk about his generosity, talk about the good times, talk about, you know, tell the story of Tim, you know, and then, you know, if enough of you, like, tell a story about Tim, I'll freaking come back and I'll tell another story about Tim, and then you could tell another story about Tim, and then they could tell another story about Tim, and we can just have this long ass. I'll even make a YouTube channel. If you guys make enough videos, I'll make a YouTube channel. I'll give you all the password to the YouTube channel. We'll call it the Channel of Tim. We can all post videos constantly whenever we feel like it and share a story. We'll have this gigantic freaking channel devoted to him because he deserves a channel. If y'all were interested in that, I'd be more than glad to work that with y'all. But I can't with the sadness. I just can't. It's not him. It's not what he wanted. Sadness was the last thing he wanted for any of us. Seriously, he's the only person that I know of that would have freaking hit the lotto and, seriously, wouldn't have, disappeared and would have, hooked people up. He would have, And I can just freaking see him, hitting the lotto and, buying a soup kitchen for himself to, feed the homeless people or whatever. Because, that's what he would do, Everybody would be driving around in a new Mercedes. We'd all have houses next to each other. We put fences for some of y'all, but that's another story altogether. But, it's what he would have done. It's what he would have done, I'm going to tell this story because I got a lot of Facebook friends that, family knows this. A lot of Facebook friends don't know this story. Classic frickin' story. One of my favorite all-time stories. And what's good about the story is WrestleMania is 3 days away. So this story kind of pertains to WrestleMania. Royal Rumble is in Tampa at the Sundome. Me and my brother decide that, there's all kinds of meet and greets for the wrestlers. So we're going to get a hotel room down in Tampa. Stay in Tampa rather than drive back and forth. I have a beat-up piece of crap car at this point in time. Just saying. We go, get into the hotel, check into the hotel. My stupid ass goes, you know what? I'm going to go to a movie around the corner in the freaking ghetto of Tampa to go see a movie, okay? Higher Learning, by the way, and if you know what Higher Learning is, I was the only white guy in this movie theater. Didn't think I was going to make it out alive. That's another story altogether. Park the car underneath a light. This way, very easy, because even back then, the Alzheimer's that you all know about, yeah, it wasn't real good at remembering crap. So I parked my car under a light. This way it's easy to find. Leave the movie theater. Come out. Look under all the lights. No cars. Cars are pulling out of this parking lot because it's the final show. It's now 12:30 in the morning. Yeah, there's no car. My car is stolen. Okay, fabulous. So call up my mom. Mom, you need to come down here and pick up all our stuff. We're still going to the Royal Rumble. If you could, come back down, I'll give you gas money. And, because we're going to this. We're doing this. We had this plan. We got the tickets. We're doing this. And, as I'm speaking about this, I was thinking about possibly driving to Miami for WrestleMania. Yeah, no, not really. Because I was going to make the 4-hour drive on Sunday. But, no. Stolen car, pay-per-view, probably not a great idea. Okay, moving on. Okay, so we're at the hotel. We're getting ready to check out. All we got is the clothes on our back. And I say to him, wouldn't it be funny if we go to the Sundome and the stupid bastard who stole my car has tickets to the Royal Rumble and is going to the Royal Rumble? We come around the corner from the hotel, parked across the street from where my car was stolen, is my freaking car. My car wasn't even good enough for freaking car thieves to keep, okay? That's a funny-ass story, all right? Just one of our many adventures. You post videos about, if you're a Facebook friend and you have a story about somebody you love that you want attached to my thing, that's fine. The YouTube channel happens. We'll add your story of love to our YouTube channel. Funny stories, funny recollections of people who you've loved who are no longer with us. Okay, well, this video's going on quite enough. It's probably going to take me a freaking year to upload it onto my computer because it's old and I've beaten the shit out of it with downloading legal stuff, of course. But anyway, I love you all. Love him. Said this before, and hey, you said this before. I just want to put that out there, okay? Y'all be good to each other. Peace.